their paired cleaned data file. It can be uploaded to TCR Explore. For the purposes of this interrogation, I'm just going to use the test data. Over on the side panel here, we can select between different facets. So if you wanted to do, for say, we'll just go to our overview analysis to start with. What we have here is the group. So that was an interferon gamma versus a CD8 not activated group. However, if we wanted to really get into a bit more of the bones of this data, we can actually select to the individual. So I know there's 3 different ones. I'll change that. So just select all of these pieces in here, and then that can showcase using this tree map how it reactively updates and showcases all this particular data. You can change how the tree map is colored. For instance, I really want to know what all my CDR3 lengths are for both the alpha and the beta chain. And then I just want to split the panel by, say, the particular alpha sequences as showcased here. What we can see also based on the color distribution is that these are very distinct sequences. What we can do is also change how we wish to color each of the sequences. So here I've changed it to either rainbow, a random color assignment, or we can just go one color. This comes over the side panel and used for many other graphs. So I'm just going to go light gray. So you can change it using words, not just that. And we can change this by just using the marker, or you can also just type in words as well. To find those particular sequences, you can see how these ones match, and this also goes to show how flexible you can color each of these plots. Next, you can also look at the same data but in the terms of a chord diagram. So here I've got just a single chain analysis where I've got my alpha sequences versus my junctional, but it can be readily updated to my paired chain analysis. So for this instance, I'm just going to use the BV chains. If I wanted to go for each of these individual plots, you can also download using PDF, just have a bit of a play with the sequences. If, for instance, the labels become too big and you get this error, it just means this track size is too large. So what you want to do is just reduce it back down so you can actually see it render here. Mind you, even though I've got it at 5, for instance, this will still render potentially a plot depending on the aspect ratio, as you can see over here. So the last one is also the pie chart. That can also be matched to, again, all the different groups. And you can have a bit of a play with how big that. You can add in the figure legend if you like, so we can do that down the bottom. So all of this has the capacity to be downloadable, colored how you like, and gives you great flexibility to do overview analysis. The last thing you can have a look at is our summary page. You can just do a general summary on what columns you'd like to summarize. For instance, you may be interested in these particular things and CDR3 sequences of the alpha chain, and you can come over here and see how many have belonged to that particular sequence of that arrangement, and this can be downloaded with those particular columns selected as showcased here. So if you want to use a different program called TCR Dis3, it will, based on the IMGT inputs only, will generate this particular table and change the headers to the required column names. Thanks for listening.